Hi students, now I will try to solve with you the first assignment. By the way, I extend the date and also the students who finish this assignment without this hints and help, they will get extra credit, of course, of that. Now, let us solve this first assignment together. It's the first time, and next you will solve these assignments alone. Now, the first question about the measurements, and if you can approximate how much the average adult height in centimeters. For example, if we suppose that where's the dimension here? From here to here. Yes. If we suppose that the height of a person is 6 feet, for example, then we need to convert it into centimeters, because every 1 feet is equal to 30 centimeters. Yes, it's clear. Then we can cancel feet with feet, and we have 6 multiplied by 30.5, which is equal approximately to 200 centimeters. So this is the approximate height for adult person. It is not 100 centimeters like a kid, or 300 centimeters like a giant. Now, another one. What is approximately the average of the mass for adult? If we have person with 200 pounds, we need to exchange it to convert it to kilograms. Then every 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. In this case, this magnitude is 1, which is the convergent coefficient. We can cancel pound with pound. We have now kilogram. 200 over 2.2, it is about 90 kilograms, which is approximately, in our questions, 80 kilograms. Not 500 and not 1200. Okay. What is the SI units of kilogram of mass is kilogram? It's easy and simple. Also, this is the next question. We need to convert 50.1 inches to centimeters. Every 1 inch is 2.54 centimeter. We need to use them, put 1 inch over 2.5 centimeter, or vice versa, which is 2.54 over 1 inch is equal to 1. We just use this convergent coefficient to convert 50.1 inches to centimeters. In this case, we need to use the inches in the denominator, then we can cancel it. So the result will be 50 multiplied by 2.5. It will be equal to 127 point something, which is approximately 127 centimeters. This, we can use the convergent unit between units table to use it to convert between any two units. Now we have also we need to convert 6,660 yards to miles. We know in this question, we know how much feet in 1 yard and how much feet in mile. So we need to go 2 steps, from yards to feet, then from feet to mile. Now, each yard have 3 feet. This number is equal to 1. And also, each mile is equal to 5,280 feet. So 1 is equal to, we need to convert it to mile, then we need the feet from down in the denominator. So 500 to 80 feet is equal to 1 mile. This is 1. This all together is 1. So now we have the original number, which is 6,660 yards. The first step to convert it to feet, we can cancel yard with yard. Then we need the other step, which is between feet and miles. Then we can cancel feet with feet. So we have the numerical values with the final unit. 6,000, 3 over 1, 1 over 5,000. The answer will be 3.78 miles. We have 2 steps of conversion, okay? Next, which is we need to convert 1 mile per hour to meters per second. I think we do the one like this in the class. 1 mile per hour, we need to convert mile to meter. So if this is equal to 1, every 1,609 meters equal to 1 mile. Hours, we need to multiply by 1. 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. In this case, also we do 2 steps. The first one for miles, the second for the time, which is hour. Now, mile will cancel with mile, hour will cancel with hour. We have the numerical values. 1 mile, 1,600 almost meters, and 1 over 3,600 seconds. And we have the new units, which is meter over second. So the final result will be 0.4469 meter per second, approximately. Now, next we are dealing now with vectors. We have A, B, C, D, E, F. We need to deal with these vectors components. C is 2 units in X direction, I hat, 1 unit in J hat. B is -2 in Y hat, J hat, and -1 in I hat. A is +2 in I hat, -3 in J hat. And the same for the rest of these vectors. The first question is, if we add 2 vectors together, what is the largest positive component in X direction? We have C and E, E and F, A and F, C and D, B and D. We have the vectors. We need to add them together. We need just the X component. Which one of these is the biggest or largest X component? I just add the X component for each one of them, and then I find that the vector C and the vector D, when we add them together, we have the maximum X component, which is 4. Again, if we add them together, which is the largest positive Y component? The same way, I just add the Y components as it's required in the example or in the question. Then the Y component, the maximum value in positive direction, is the vector E with the vector F. This is E and this is F. 2 plus 3. But look at the vector A plus B. A plus B. We have -3 with -2. It will be -5. But E plus F, the maximum value in Y direction, if we add them together. Next, part C. When we subtract vector from another, for example, A minus F, A minus E, D minus, and so on. What is the result? What is the largest magnitude? What is the largest length? of these operations. So when I make a minus f, this is a and this is f. A minus f is 2i minus 6j. It is simple operation. A minus e is 3i minus 5j. You can do it. This is a and e, and so on. We need then to find the magnitude. The magnitude using the Pythagorean theorem. This is the vector, for example. This is the x component. This is a. This is ax. And this is ay. The magnitude of a, the length of a, is equal to the square root of ax squared plus ay squared. And be careful for the minus sign. We need to use the parentheses. For each one of them, I find the length or the norm or the magnitude. We have three names. So 2 squared, negative 6 squared, 3 squared, negative 5 squared, and so on. And we will find that the root of each number, which one of them is the largest one? Is it the square root of 34 or 40 or 18 or 0 or 2? It is, as we see that, the square root of 40, which is a minus f, the most magnitude. Okay. Next, if we have three vectors, a, b, and c, and we told you that we can write vectors. For example, c is equal to negative 1 I hat, negative 1 j hat, plus 2 k hat. We can write it as in this picture. This question gives us a, b, and c, but we need, I think, to deal with a and b. We don't need c. It's just extra given. So what is a dot b? A dot b, we need to multiply the x component with the x component, y component with the y component, z component with the z component, as we did here, and the answer will be negative 10, as you find. What is the angle between a and b? I make it simple as much as I can. If you remember, we have this general law, which is cosine theta is equal to a dot b divided over the length of a multiplied by the length of b. We find a dot b, which is negative 10. What is the length of a? What is the length of b? It is just we need to square each component and take the root of their summation. Yes. So the length of a is the square root of 21, because I squared 2, 1, negative 4. And the same for b. B's length is square root of 10. So cosine theta is equal to a dot b, which is negative 10, over square root of 21 multiplied by square root of 10. This is cosine theta. I need to find theta. And the answer in radians. It will be almost 2 radians. Each radian is 57 degrees approximately. Next, we need to deal with cross product now. If we have again three vectors a, b, and c, what is the vector, new vector? Because we know that the dot product result is just a scalar, just a number, but the cross product result is a new vector, and this vector is in this picture. This is b and this is c. B cross c, we need to order them. We have x component, which is I, and then we need to multiply in this cross way 5 multiplied by 1 minus 1 multiplied by 1. Then negative sign with J direction, with negative sign, bx cz minus bz multiplied by cx. Then the k component, which is k direction, negative 2 by 1 minus 5 by 3. This will give us the result. The resultant vector B cross C is 4 in I direction or in X direction, plus 5 in Y direction or J hat, negative 17 in Z direction. This is B cross C. What about C cross B? We remember that it will be the same as B cross C with the negative sign. So we just need to opposite the direction of that vector. 4 will be negative 4 because we will just multiply by negative 1 for all of them. So C cross B will equal to negative 4 I hat, negative 5 J hat, plus 17 K hat. This is for the cross product. Simply take it as in this way. We don't need it as we don't need it complicated in complex way. It's okay. Now we have drawings for vector A and vector B. We need the vector A using the components I and J hat. It's okay. A is equal AX I hat plus AY J hat. What is AX and AY? AX is the X component of A, AY is the Y component. So AX, as we see here, the angle is from the X axis, so we can use cosine with it. The length of A is given. So AX is equal to the length of A, which is 3.6 cosine 70. The length AY is equal to the length of A, which is 3.6 sine 70. We need to put them in this picture. The resultant value will be this way, which is 1.3223 23 I hat plus 3.38 J hat. Okay, we can do that for the same vector, which is B. You can use the direction of B under the X negative X direction, or also we can use this angle from the positive X direction, which is 180 plus 30, because we have 30. We have this 180, this is 30. So this is the angle. So BX is equal to the length of B, which is 2.4 multiplied by cosine theta from the X positive, cosine 180 plus 30, which is equal to 210, and BY is equal to 2.4 sine 210. This will give us the resultant values, which is minus 2 I hat minus 1.2 J hat, the units in meters as given, all of them in negative sign, because cosine this and sine this is also negative. This is the final sheet, I think. Yes, we need to know to find the direction of each vector. We have the vector A and which have AX 4.1 meters, AY minus 1.4 meters. So AX in positive direction AY in negative direction. So the vector A in this direction, it will be in the fourth quarter. So this is the angle theta from the positive x axis. How can we find it? Tan theta is equal to AY over AX, but theta is equal to arctan or tan inverse to AY over AX. AY is negative, as we see. AX is positive 4.1. It will be the resultant angle is negative 19 degrees. Negative means below the x-axis, but we compute this large angle. Okay, we have negative. The total angle is 360. How much this angle then? It will be at 360 negative or minus 19. It will be 341 degrees. This total angle, which is the same as negative 19. The next question is the same also. We have AX, AY. We need to find theta. We just need to find A tan or arctan or tan inverse. It will be the same, which is AY over AX. This is the angle. Also the same for this question, because we find the angle from positive x-axis. It will be 158 degrees. This is all, and this is the solution for all the assignment. I suppose that you can in the future work with the assignments, and if you have any question, please ask. Thank you.